Hello and welcome to the Scarlet Scoop. I'm your host, Khalid Malam. Beginning this Saturday, alcohol will be sold in select areas of Ohio Stadium as part of a study to study alcohol sales in the shoe. Fans of legal drinking age will be able to enjoy beer or wine and sweets and in the club level of the shoe during football games. During the Lantern sit-down interview with President Drake last week, he shared his thoughts on the study.
The experience tends to be that alcohol-related incidents and problems, violence, injuries, etc., are lower when alcohol sales are permitted in a controlled way in the stadium than when that's not the case.
It's another year for the self-proclaimed best damn band in the land. To be a part of the band, you must fully commit and always stay on your toes to not lose your spot. Band member Lauren Vidmar tells us about the tryout process and keeping things organized between course loads and on the turf.
Yeah, usually you'll get here in the morning and the first day you'll have a music session where you do your music audition, and you'll have a marching session where you'll do marching tryouts out here for squad leaders. And then you have a big block session that is judged also by squad leaders. Be on your toes, definitely. And then even during the season, you kind of have to be prepared to try out every week since we have alternates. So you could be challenged at any moment and have somebody try to take your spot away from you. So if you're not practicing and prepared and keeping yourself in shape, you could lose your spot during the season. It's definitely a lot of work. Like, you have to learn, time management is key, and you really build your time management skills after being in band.
Fans of McDonald's breakfast menu will be happy to know the fast food chain is now selling select breakfast items all day. However, the menu will be limited to a few breakfast sandwiches, pancakes, and sides. According to McDonald's, each restaurant will serve either the McMuffin or biscuit sandwich all day, depending on the local preference, but not both. Yogurt and oatmeal will also be on the menu. We spoke with some students to see how they feel about this change.
My immediate thought would be that it's probably going to encourage students to go there instead of probably healthier options, more organic, natural options, so I would probably feel fairly negative about it.
The Ohio State Veterinary Clinic is a safe zone for our friends with paws to get better and healthier. Managing Director of the Animal Blood Bank, Maria Izabic, says there's a blood shortage.
To be a blood donor, they have to also match their personality. A dog that cannot handle this procedure or come into the hospital, we cannot take them as a donor because we don't sedate them. So if we need to sedate them in order to put them on the table, we cannot take them as a donor. Right now we have 85 dogs working for the program. We are trying to get this number up to at least 100 working.
After topping Virginia Tech and Blacksburg 42-24, the Ohio State Buckeyes are set to face the University of Hawaii tomorrow for their home opener. Joining me in the studio is the Lantern's assistant sports editor, Kevin Stankiewicz.
Khalid, thanks for having me on the program.
Thank you for being on, man. First, let's start off with Hawaii's game. What should Ohio State expect?
Well, they're coming off a 28-20 victory over Colorado last week. It ended with like this controversial play where the ref tossed the ball, it accidentally hit a Hawaii player, and then they couldn't get it spotted in time for Colorado to have a chance for the go-ahead score. So there's some controversy coming off their victory, but they are 1-0. And so they come into Columbus with behind the strong arm of quarterback Max Wittek, who's a transfer out of USC. 6'4", really strong arm. Ohio State is going to have to respect him a little bit. There's definitely a disparity in talent between the two programs, but Max Wittek is definitely a big-time guy who is going to put some pressure on the Ohio State secondary, give him a little bit of test for a little bit. But I don't really expect the game to be very close at all. Ohio State is just stacked across the board, and Hawaii is definitely facing an uphill climb tomorrow against the Buckeyes.
Before we started the show, you told me you loved Hawaii's new uniforms.
Yeah, they came out yesterday. Under Armour designed these 80s-inspired retro ones. They're all white with sprinkles of rainbows on the pants, helmets, and on the shoulders. So, I'm not really sure how the game is going to end up for the Warriors, but they'll at least look good during the process. It's
going to be a bright game. Kevin, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
that's it for this broadcast of Scarlet Scoop. For more news updates, make sure to check out thelantern.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Khalid Malam. Have a good one.